Welcome to the i24 News Desk. I'm Sarah Shalala. We're coming to you live right now from our Tel Aviv studios. Stay tuned for the top stories. Now, final approval on Thursday for the sixth package of sanctions against Russia, targeting Russian oil and its top bank, Bank, coming weeks after drawn-out negotiations. But just days after EU leaders approved plans, Hungary threw a spanner in the works. Budapest is now asking to exempt the head of the Russian Orthodox Church, Patriarch Kirill, from the latest round of sanctions against Moscow. A partial embargo on crude oil imports by sea will be taking full effect by the end of the year. But to win Hungary over, there's other EU countries agreeing to water it down by exempting oil delivered by the Druzhba pipeline going to landlocked Hungary, Slovakia and the Czech Republic. Well, the Hungarian demand comes as a surprise, as EU diplomats were expecting to reach an agreement on the package, which was presented by the European Commission on May the 4th. Moving on now, US President Joe Biden has decided to stop in Saudi Arabia to meet with the kingdom's crown prince during his upcoming trip to the region this month. Well, Biden's first trip to the kingdom comes after OPEC and its allies agreed to accelerate oil production in July and August. Well, that's as Saudi Arabia bows to US pressure to cool a crude price rally that's threatening to stall the global economy. The cartel says it would increase output by almost 650,000 barrels a day in both months. Well, the move coming just days after the EU agreed to impose a ban on Russian oil imports, deepening fears of global energy shortages as Moscow's invasion of Ukraine continues to rattle markets. Well, just this morning, the International Atomic Energy Agency Director General Rafael Grossi has met with Prime Minister Naftali Bennett. That says concerns mount over Iran's rapidly progressing nuclear program. Well, Iran's Foreign Minister Amir Abdullahian is saying the IAEA head's visit to Israel contradicts the agency's impartiality, vowing to show a prompt and effective response to any move against Iran. Well, the visit by the Director General comes after the release of the UN Watchdog's report estimating Iran's stockpile of enriched uranium had grown to more than 18 times the limit laid down in Tehran's 2015 deal with world powers, and that Iran continues to lie about its nuclear program as well. Well, in the meeting, Bennett emphasized the urgent need for the international community to mobilize against Iran to prevent the Islamic Republic from acquiring nuclear weapons. Bennett also clarifying that Israel would prefer a diplomatic solution, but it still reserves the right to act in self-defense against the Iranian threat. Well, earlier on, i24 News spoke to Professor Uzi Rabi. He's the director of Moshe Dayan Center for Middle East Studies at the Center for Iranian Studies at Tel Aviv University. Let's take a listen.
We don't have too much information, but what we have here definitely is kind of another indication that Iran is moving forward in kind of a way that seems to be close to irreversible. This is why what is being reiterated by Israel, even when it comes to Grossi and even when it comes to, this exercise that were carried out in Cyprus and whatsoever actually means that Israel could come up with, is that Iran should be prevented. Israel is trying to mobilize support from the international community. But once it said that it would rather have actually a diplomatic effort, Israel cannot be left without kind of a possibility to take free action if and when. And basically, this is kind of a constant, I would say, bottom line when it comes to Israel vis-a-vis nuclear Iran.
That's all we have time for now from the news desk. We are bringing you more of the latest news, though, from across this region and around the globe. So do stay tuned for more this afternoon. For now, though, you can follow us. We're on social media, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. We're also online. You can catch us, i24news.tv. I'm Sarah Shalala. Thank you for joining us.